Welcome to Pick 10. If you're tired of endless scrolling on Prime Video and still can't find what to watch, we've got you covered. Today's lineup brings a mix of high-stakes thrillers, thought-provoking sci-fi, and emotionally gripping dramas. From underground cult classics to 2025's newest surprises, here are 10 must-watch films on Amazon Prime right now. Number 10. Deep Cover 2025. A bold reimagining of a 1992 classic. The 2025 version of Deep Cover dives deeper into the psyche of an undercover agent walking the fine line between duty and destruction. The story follows Detective Marcus Ray, a narcotics officer pulled into a dangerous sting operation that spirals far beyond drugs into political corruption and conspiracy. As Marcus descends further into his fabricated identity, the question becomes, how much of his real self is left? With slick visuals, intense pacing, and a timely narrative that critiques institutional rot, this version reinvents the original while introducing a modern voice. The direction is sharp, filled with dark cityscapes, moody jazz-infused sound design, and stylized violence. The lead actor delivers a powerhouse performance, navigating the moral collapse of a man swallowed by his mission. Deep Cover 2025 is more than just a crime drama. It's a chilling portrait of how justice can lose its way when the lines blur too far. Number 9. Bone Tomahawk 2015. Directed by S. Craig Zahler, Bone Tomahawk is a genre-bending blend of Western grit and horror extremity. Set in the American frontier of the 1890s, the story follows Sheriff Franklin Hunt and a small posse as they ride into desolate territory to rescue townsfolk kidnapped by a mysterious, cannibalistic tribe. What starts as a slow-burn rescue mission morphs into a nightmare. The dusty landscapes are haunting, the tension relentless, and the dialogue crackles with old-world charm. Zahler gives the film a measured pace, allowing dread to build before unleashing a third act that is both terrifying and unforgettable. The performances are grounded and nuanced, with Kurt Russell commanding as the sheriff and Richard Jenkins providing emotional depth. Bone Tomahawk is not for the faint-hearted, but if you appreciate a horror western that values character and craft as much as gore, this is an unforgettable ride into the dark. Number 8. The Accountant 2, 2025. Ben Affleck returns as Christian Wolf, the socially withdrawn yet brilliant forensic accountant with a deadly side. The sequel to the 2016 surprise hit picks up with Christian attempting to lead a quieter life, only to be pulled back into the shadows when a whistleblower uncovers a massive corporate cover-up tied to international arms deals. The sequel expands the scope of the original, introducing new players and enemies, while staying true to the character's internal battle between control and chaos. With sharp action sequences, high-stakes acting, and intricate plot turns, The Accountant 2 blends cerebral thrills with muscular showdowns. Affleck once again gives a strong, calculated performance, and the new cast brings fresh energy. With a darker tone and more emotional undercurrents, this sequel deepens the mythology without losing its sleek, calculated style. It's not just about numbers, it's about accountability in a world run by secrets. Number 7. Brothers 2009. Directed by Jim Sheridan, Brothers is a powerful emotional drama exploring the fragility of family, trauma, and loyalty. When Marine Captain Sam Cahill is presumed dead in Afghanistan, his troubled brother Tommy steps in to support his grieving wife and children. But when Sam returns, scarred by his time in captivity, the once tight-knit family unravels. Tobey Maguire delivers a career-defining performance as a man haunted by what he's endured, and Natalie Portman shines as a mother torn between grief and guilt. Jake Gyllenhaal brings tenderness to the role of the remorseful brother trying to do the right thing. The film doesn't rely on big twists or melodrama. Instead, it leans into small, devastating moments, portraying the emotional weight of war with honesty and grace. Brothers is not about betrayal or romance. It's about human damage, the kind that lingers after the fighting is over. Number 6. Black Box 2020. Produced by Blumhouse, Black Box is a psychological sci-fi thriller that blends memory, identity, and horror into one eerie package. After surviving a car crash that killed his wife, Nolan, a single father suffering from memory loss, undergoes experimental therapy using a device called the Black Box. As the treatment progresses, Nolan begins to see disturbing images and question whether the memories he's recovering are even his own. The film digs deep into the nature of self, how memory shapes who we are, and what happens when it's altered or erased. Mamoudou Athie gives a gripping performance as a man caught between past and present, reality and illusion. The visual design of the black box world is chilling. Mirrored figures, glitching images, and surreal distortions create a genuine sense of unease. Black Box is compact and slow-burning, but delivers a smart and satisfying twist. It's a standout among recent low-budget sci-fi, perfect for fans of Black Mirror or Get Out. Number 5. Abigail, 2025. What begins as a heist quickly devolves into a blood-soaked nightmare. A gang of criminals kidnaps a seemingly innocent 12-year-old ballerina, demanding ransom from her wealthy father. But Abigail is no ordinary child. She's a vampire, and the hunters quickly become the hunted. Directed by Tyler Gillett and Matt Bettinelli-Olpin, Abigail leans into horror comedy with gleeful abandon. The film is packed with gothic flair, relentless gore, and clever reversals of power. Alicia Weir is unforgettable as Abigail, oscillating between childlike charm and savage menace. The ensemble cast, including Dan Stevens, gives it their all, managing to balance laughs with terror. While the final act goes a bit over the top, the film never loses its sense of dark fun. Abigail is pure chaos with fangs. It's not deep or nuanced, but it's stylish, violent, and incredibly entertaining. Number 4. Source Code, 2011. Directed by Duncan Jones, Source Code is a high-concept sci-fi thriller with heart and brains. Jake Gyllenhaal stars as Captain Coulter Stevens, a soldier who wakes up in another man's body on a train about to explode. Tasked with reliving the last 8 minutes before the blast over and over, he must find the bomber and stop another attack. What follows is a race against time that cleverly weaves action, romance, and existential questions about identity and sacrifice. The script is tight, the pacing relentless, and Gyllenhaal brings emotional depth to a story that could have just been mechanical. As Coulter digs deeper, he starts to question the morality of the mission and the nature of the program itself. With every cycle, the stakes grow, not just for the people on the train, but for his own soul. Source Code is smart science fiction that never forgets its emotional core, and its twist ending lingers long after. Number 3. Caddo Lake, 2024. Set against the eerie backdrop of southern swamplands, Caddo Lake is a slow-burning mystery with supernatural undertones. When 8-year-old Anna disappears near the lake, her family is shattered. Years later, strange events start connecting her vanishing to other unexplained tragedies around the water. The film shifts between timelines, focusing on Ellie, Anna's older stepsister, and a man named Paris, whose own trauma is entangled with the lake's secrets. The swamp is almost a character itself, beautiful, deadly, and full of silence. Directed by Celine Held and Logan George, the movie explores grief, guilt, and what we choose to believe when answers are impossible. Caddo Lake isn't a film of easy resolutions. It asks you to watch closely and think deeply. For those who enjoy haunting mysteries with layered storytelling, this one delivers. Number 2. 28 Weeks Later, 2007. Set 6 months after the rage virus decimated the UK, 28 Weeks Later opens with a haunting escape sequence that sets the tone for everything to come. As NATO-led forces begin repopulating a safe zone in London, the virus inevitably resurfaces, sparking a second outbreak of chaos. Directed by Juan Carlos Fresnadillo, this sequel to 28 Days Later ups the action and adds a militaristic lens to the horror. While it lacks the raw poetry of the original, it delivers nerve-shredding tension and brutal realism. Themes of trust, survival, and government failure run beneath the gore and bloodshed. The cast includes strong turns from Rose Byrne, Jeremy Renner, and Robert Carlyle. It's fast, ruthless, and unflinchingly bleak. A standout sequel that earns its place in the zombie film pantheon. Number 1. The Lost City of Z, 2016. Directed by James Gray, The Lost City of Z is based on the true story of British explorer Percy Fawcett, who disappeared while searching for an ancient civilization in the Amazon. The film chronicles Fawcett's obsession with proving that advanced societies once existed deep within the jungle, defying the colonial belief that the indigenous people were uncivilized. Charlie Hunnam delivers a subtle, commanding performance as a man driven by vision, doubt, and pride. The visuals are lush and immersive, capturing the terrifying beauty of the Amazon. But this isn't a fast-paced adventure. It's a meditative epic that explores ambition, legacy, and the fine line between bravery and madness. Gray's direction is patient, his storytelling classical. It's a rare film that values intellectual wonder as much as spectacle. The Lost City of Z may not be for everyone, but for those willing to venture into its depths, it offers a powerful, poetic journey. That's it for today's list. 4 more picks like this. Subscribe to the channel and keep watching Pick 10, your guide to the best films waiting just a click away.